Hello everyone, welcome back to the Freedom Farm Kitchen. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do two things. The first thing is how to make a basic tomato sauce. For that, I'm using the pressure cooker that I got for my birthday. And this sauce I use for everything. Spaghetti, pizza, shakshuka, sometimes I even chuck it in a curry. It's delicious. The second thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to preserve that sauce into jars that you can use anytime, don't need to be refrigerated. And for that, I'm using a basic Waterbath method. And I'm using these jars that come from the supermarket. They used to have chickpeas and lentils and stuff in them, and they work perfectly well. These tomatoes are not from my veggie garden. They're left over from an event we had last weekend, and I need to use them up before they go bad. But in summer, when we have loads of tomatoes coming in from the garden, I probably make up a batch of sauce like this at least once a week. Next up come the onions. I'm not very good at growing onions yet, and I get these from the local farmers market. Don't worry too much about chopping them up really small because the pressure cooker is going to get them really soft, and then we're going to blend them up using the stick blender. There they go in the pot. A lot of our kitchen scraps go to the chickens or the guinea pigs, but today everything is going in the compost bin. I actually love growing garlic because it does most of the hard work for you. The best thing you can do is just leave it alone to get on with it. I probably grow about 250 to 300 garlic a year, which is actually not enough to make us self-sufficient, but it's a good start. Here I'm using my garlic mincer. Now, since I'm using the blender on this sauce, it would probably be fine to just rough chop it, but I really enjoy murdering the little garlics. Here's a little bit more for the compost bin. In the old days before I moved off grid, I probably would have taken one look at these carrots and chucked them out. But now I understand the hard work that some farmer has put into growing them. They've got to be pretty manky before I'll turn them down. Well, the compost bin's going to be well fed today. My husband is notorious for not eating his vegetables, but what he doesn't know doesn't hurt him. I'll grate up these carrots, chuck them straight in the sauce, and I'm even going to put in half a courgette. If only he knew how many hidden vegetables he eats every day. What I'm using now is wild rosemary that grows on our property, and whenever I go for walks I come back with armfuls of gorgeous scented herbs. How you flavour your sauce is up to you. When I'm making a big batch like this, I usually just stick to the basics: salt, pepper, a bit of paprika, and then depending on what I'm using it for, I'll add more stuff. For example, if I'm making a shakshuka, I like it to be really spicy. If I'm making a pizza, I like my sauce to be a bit more sweet. And that's my own olive oil made from my own olives. When you're using a pressure cooker, always add a little bit of extra water to prevent burning. You can always boil it off at the end. You can call me a cheat, but I really like to use these vegetarian stock cubes to add a bit of depth of flavour. Now I'm going to add a bit of lemon, which is really important. It increases the acidity and helps keep the sauce stable when it's on the shelf and not in the fridge. Here's my lovely birthday pressure cooker, and it's important that the lid gets on nice and tight. I have the flame on high until steam starts coming out of the pressure valve on top, at which point I start the timer for 30 minutes and turn it down to low. After 30 minutes, I release the pressure valve to let the steam out and open up to have a look inside. smells delicious. While the sauce was cooking in the pressure cooker, I made a pizza dough that you can see there on the left. And while that's rising, I'm going to get my blender out, blend up this sauce so that it's nice and smooth. This is really my favourite part of the process because you start to see all your hard work really pay off. Seeing the sauce go into the jars, it just gives me such a deep sense of satisfaction. And these are just regular old supermarket jars that used to have lentils and chickpeas in them. I wash them out and then I sterilise them by dipping them in boiling water for 10 to 15 seconds. And I pay special attention to the lids to make sure that they are extra clean. So this is your basic water bath method. I always let my jars cool down completely first. I put them in the pot cold and then I pour cold water over the top. Then I slowly bring the whole thing to a rolling boil. And that's it. That's how I make preserved tomato sauce in jars. Thanks for watching. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use your sauce to make a pizza. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment or a like, and most importantly, have a great day.